Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now October 8th of 2025, and ever since September 10th of this year, when Charlie Kirk was assassinated by a terrible human being, by the way, that shall remain nameless and never be actually mentioned ever again over here, and should not be mentioned ever again elsewhere. That's how I see things. He doesn't really deserve any form of recognition. But one thing about all this is that we have seen multiple industries, such as the film industry and the music industry, and those representing them, really taking advantage of the whole Charlie Kirk situation by either politicizing it, or mocking him, attacking him, or really even saying downright offensive things about his wife Erika Kirk, and the list goes on, and we have seen this especially coming out of Hollywood. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new, and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. Now, one thing about Tom Hanks is that we know that he actually did indeed politicize the Charlie Kirk situation and went on multiple Trump tirades about how he's running the country, and this was all ill-timed as well. We know that he did this just days after Charlie Kirk was assassinated on the 10th of September, and multiple other actors did the same exact thing, like Robert De Niro, Alec Baldwin, and among others out there that have continuously been doing this. Now, we know one thing about all of this is that Tom Hanks lost a lot of work in Hollywood as a result. We know that SNL/NBC took action. They actually scrubbed a lot of plans for him to return as a Trump supporter or a parody of a Trump supporter to revive what they did with the 50th anniversary earlier this year. What's interesting about this, though, yet again, is how Tom Hanks is actually breaking silence about his overall situation and how he now views everything going on where we are at right now in October of 2025. Now, with the assassination of Charlie Kirk that took place almost 1 month ago, still to this day, those representing both the film and music industry and also those in the media have been politicizing the entire situation to push their own political agenda. Now, one significant development going on now involves more to do with Tom Hanks once again coming out loud on what he had to say after he was banned by NBC and SNL after making his Charlie Kirk related comments that led him to this entire point. Hanks delivered the following. I mean, look at where we are as a country, where such talented people that I admire are being silenced, and I have been going through a similar experience that I don't think is the best time right now to go into specifics, but yeah, as a country right now, we aren't really where we used to be 9 months ago. I think when you take a close look at the Biden administration, you didn't have all these unhinged executive orders running our country to a failed state. And after what happened with Charlie, we are obviously dealing with an administration that believes all they can do is take and not give to the people. I absolutely have seen a behavioral change within President Trump after the passing of Charlie Kirk. There is no question about it. I mean, this is a guy calling for the cancellation of not just Jimmy Kimmel, but also Jimmy Fallon, and calling late-night television an embarrassing format. I mean, he is really in no place to be a critic of what should be on television or what should not be on television. And so I think that's why cinema is in big trouble right now. I think that's exactly why television is also dealing with a lot of setbacks, because you have so many producers that are afraid to do certain things now because of this presidency. And within the past month, we have seen a major shift, and it's something I just don't support. We as a society need to function better. My fear is that we are inching closer toward a dystopian reality. It's because of Donald and what he's actually going toward, and that we are really going through so much supervision right now in this industry, and especially for comedy, and it's frightening. I know many in this business, and they are just as scared as I am. I can absolutely say that I have lost some opportunities, and I'm not looking for pity or anything, but I have, and it's maddening. This is a president that obviously is afraid of diversity, equity, and inclusion. It was something that really brought everyone together in this industry, and that is just vanishing right now, place to place. And it's not a positive transition. I see it as a negative, because now we are more divided than ever by excluding those who could be a part in any film or television program out there. Now guys, let me just say one thing about Tom Hanks before I move on, based on what he's trying to spew here again, is that all these actors and actresses, it seems like they're just all parroting each other at this point by saying that freedom of speech is gone and how we're inching closer toward a dystopian reality, and they're really trying to paint Donald Trump as like a comic book villain. Are they not? That's what it sounds like to me. And it's just ridiculous. I mean, at the end of the day, let's be very real about this. When you're looking at Trump's policies and all, it's really not as bad as they're really trying to shape it up to be. They're really trying to make it out like he's an actual comic book villain trying to take over the world. And it's nothing like that at all. Now, we know one thing about Tom Hanks is that obviously he's got something going on, and we're not quite sure exactly what's going on, but he obviously has some reason as to why he's got a vendetta with Trump. And look, we all know at the same exact time that ever since he actually said what he had to say about Charlie Kirk and Trump, just days after his assassination, and how that backfired and how that caused NBC to take action and say, yeah, you know what? We really shouldn't allow Tom Hanks to come back in the near future or ever again at this point to play a Trump supporter or create a parody version of a Trump supporter based on what he did with the 50th anniversary. And that's exactly why I think basically Tom Hanks is acting the way that he's acting right now. He's acting very bitter. And he indirectly did confirm about what happened with SNL right there after he actually did say that he lost work, he lost opportunities. He's unwilling to dive into the specifics about that for obvious reasons because the truth is hurting him right now. But one thing about Tom Hanks for sure, much like a lot of other celebrities out there, is that they just continue to go on the anti-Trump messaging, and it's just becoming quite exhausting. This is exactly why Robert De Niro lost millions of fans and why his movie The Alto Knights failed miserably at the box office, alright? Now, he goes on to conclude, and so sure, after what happened in September, we are seeing this president pressing on that even more. And it's frustrating to see that this is where we are at right now. Thankfully, we do have some fine actors and writers who are willing to stand up for all of us and to speak the truth of what's going on. So, I don't know if he's actually pointing toward Jane Fonda and what she recently said. I would have no doubt about that because we know that Tom Hanks admires Jane Fonda. But one thing is for certain about all of this is that when you're looking at Hollywood, when you're looking at the film industry, the music industry, just show business in general, it's a complete ugly mess right now. I mean, there are a lot of those representing various studios and organizations, and all of those different studios in light are actually dealing with a lot of backlash. They're losing business. A lot of customers are walking away. Hence why you're having a lot of people, leaving a lot of streaming platforms like Disney Plus, for example, and heading to other platforms like Paramount, for example. That's exactly why you're seeing a lot of people deciding whether or not they should stick with a certain platform or not because of those that are representing them. And so when you're looking at Tom Hanks specifically, alright, we know that he is a part of the Walt Disney Company. I'm still actually shocked that Disney didn't do anything with Tom Hanks, but they did do something with Jimmy Kimmel via ABC, even though it was just a 4-day suspension. It really does raise an eyebrow. But overall, look, we know that everything related to the whole Charlie Kirk assassination, it's been almost an entire month, and we have seen a very similar pattern to what happened after Trump won the election back in November of 2024. It's almost like a sequel to what happened there, where you had a wave of actors and actresses and just celebrities in general acting the way that they are right now. But overall, I would like to hear what everyone has to say about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.